Greetings of the day. This is A. Nagalakshmi, working as an assistant professor in AI department from MITS College. Today I am going to explain about Python programming. In that list concept is there. Now coming to the list concept in Python. This is my flow of execution. First I will explain introduction to list concept. Then we will discuss properties of list. Then list creation and how to access and update list elements. Then we will discuss slicing operation on list and different operations on list also today we will discuss, and finally we will discuss different methods available in the Python programming. Now after that we will conclude our session with summary and references. Now coming to the introduction to list concept. Actually list is a sequence of data type. Here values are stored in a sequence order. Each and every element in the list is called as item or element or member. Here elements are following some properties. Those properties we will discuss in the next slide. Now Python provides various built-in functions and methods. Because of these functions and methods, lists are very efficiently we can use. In this session, we will explore about list operations and methods. And one of the most important property in list concept is mutability. Here, mutable means we can change any value in the list. That means we can insert element in the list, we can remove element from the list, we can update, we can remove the list element. Because of this mutable property, we can update any list element at any time. This is the main advantage of the list concept in Python programming. Now coming to the list properties. Here we are discussing following properties. One of the main properties is list or ordered. That means the way we are defining the elements that follows the Python programming. Now coming to the accessing. Here we can access each and element from the list by using indexing. Here indexing is also called as a subscript. Using this index we can access the element. Not only one element, we can access n number of elements from the list. That is the main usage of the indexing here. Then we will discuss this indexing in detail in the next lecture. Now coming to the third point, list can contain any sort of object. Here it can store integer values, it can store float value, it can store and complex values, and also it can store boolean and string values also. So we can store all these data type values in list. That is the usage of the third point. Now coming to the fourth one, list allows duplicate members. Here in list concept we can insert the same element n number of times. So here because of this duplicate property it can allows all the elements without any error. Now coming to the list creation. Here we can create list by using the square bracket. Here empty list creation, empty list is created with the open square and close square bracket. Now we are using assignment operator, that means equal to symbol. Then my list is the variable here. So my list variable is a empty list now. Because of that assignment operator is assigning the empty list to the my list variable. Now coming to the integer list creation. In this given list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are the integer elements. Those integer elements are defined in the square brackets. So now this integer list is assigned to the mylist variable with the help of assignment operator. Now coming to the string list creation. Here two strings are defined in the list. One is Lakshmi, another one is Durga. These two lists are assigned to the empty list variable with the help of assignment operator. Now coming to the mixed list creation. Here our list contains different data type values. First one element is 1, it is an integer value, and second element is 1.2, it is a float value. third element is string value. Next one is 4 plus 5. It's a complex value. That means complex data type value. Now next one is true. This is the bool data type value. Now all these different data type values are assigned to the mylist variable with the help of assignment operator. Now mylist variable contains this mixed data type list. Now coming to the list accessing and changing list elements. If we want to access elements in a list, we can use either positive indexing or negative indexing. Here my list contains list of characters. So here we will discuss about positive indexing and negative indexing. Here positive indexing starts from left to right and negative indexing starts from right to left. Now here first element is L. So L is at position 0. Now A is at position 1. L is at position 0. A is at position 1. X is at position 3. Position 2. M is at position 3. I is at position 4. This is the positive indexing. We are applying positive values from 0 to N. Here all are positive indexing values. Now coming to the negative indexing value. Negative indexing values starts from right side. So here first right element is I. So its negative indexing value starts from -1. Instead of 0, we are starting negative indexing from -1. Next M is at -2. X is at -3. A is at -4. L is at -5. These are the positive and negative indexing values of list. Now we are applying indexing concept here. So here I want to access element X from my list using positive indexing. For that one, this is the syntax: print of my list of 2. So this my list of 2 will retrieve the element X from the list. After that it will display that on the output screen. Now using negative indexing value, I want to access element from the list. Here applied -2 negative indexing to my list variable. So now -2 is at the top. So at -2 M is the element. Now using printf function, retrieving the element M from the list and displaying it on the output screen. Now coming to the updating and changing list elements. Here we are using assignment operator to change the list element. Initially my list contains two strings, one is Lakshmi, another one is Durga. These are assigned to my list variable. Now I want to change first element Lakshmi with Nagalakshmi. I want to replace Lakshmi with Nagalakshmi. So for that one, just considering the first element position, that is 0. So my list of 0 initially contains Lakshmi. Now I want to assign this with Nagalakshmi. So my list updated with the Nagalakshmi and Durga. But now I want to print my element at first position. That's why print of my list of 0. Here that 0 contains Nagalakshmi now. So in this way we can change any element in the list. We can update the list elements. Now coming to the list slicing operation. Here slicing allows to extract element from a list, but this is done by specifying the start and end value of the element which one you want to extract. Here start indexing is inclusive, but end indexing is exclusive. That means end value we won't consider here. Now coming to the syntax. List of square bracket open, start, colon, end and close square bracket. Now coming to the examples. Here list is defined with different data type values. First one is element 1, it's a integer value, 2.5 is a float value, and a is the string value, and 5 plus 4j is the complex value. Now this list contains different data type elements. Now I want to apply slicing operation on my list. Now here I can use either positive indexing or negative indexing. So here first we are discussing with positive indexing values. Here first indexing value is 1 is to 3. Here 1 colon 3. Here 1 is the start value and 3 is the end value. But here end value will exclude. So here at position 1, first we will apply the positions to my list elements. Here 1 is at position 0 and 2.5 at position 1, and A is at position 2, and 5 plus 4j at position 3. Now here now coming to the example, my list of 1 colon 3. Here 1 at position 1 we have 2.5 element, and position 2 we have A, element A. At position 3 we have 5 plus 4j. But here in slicing operation, end value will exclude. So no need to consider 5 plus 4j. So it will consider values from 1 comma 2. So that's why we got output 2.5 comma A. So because of this printf function, we will display output on the screen. Now coming to the second example. Here in second example, only my list is defined with start value. There is no end value is included here. Here start value is 0. That means list will start from 0. So here end value is not defined, but by default system will consider end value to the end of the list. Now here our list contains 4 elements. So here by default it replaces value 4. So 0 to 4. So in position 0 we have 1, in position 1 we have 2.5, in position 2 we have A, and in position 3 we have 5.4z. So it will print the elements from 0 to end. After that we are passing it to the print function. So we will get the output on the screen. Now coming to the third example. Here list is specified with empty. After that end value is 4. So here first element is not defined here. That means it will by default it will consider from 0, ends with 4. So 0 to 4. Here last value 4 will exclude. 0 to 4. It will display the elements from 0 to 3 only. It will exclude the fourth one. After that we are passing it to the print function. Then we will get the output 1 comma 2.5 comma A comma 5 plus 4j on the output screen. Next coming to the fourth example. In fourth example also, list start value is not defined here. Only end value is defined, that is -1. Here first value is, by default it will consider 0. So 0 to -1. Here 0 means at 0 position we have 1 element. At position 1 we have 2.5, position 2 we have A, and position 3 we have 5 plus 4z. Now coming to the negative indexing, here -1 means at -1 position we have 5 plus 4z element. So it will consider elements from 0 to end. But here end value it will exclude. That means -1 element at the position -1 it will exclude. So we will get output from 1 to A only. That means print function will print elements from 1 comma 2.5 comma A only. So now coming to the different list operations. List having different operations. One of the operation is concatenate or combine. So using this plus operator, we can combine the list elements. So here list 1 is defined with 1 comma 2 comma 3 elements. List 2 is defined with 4 comma 5 comma 6 elements. Now I want to combine this list 1 with the list 2. So that for that one syntax is list 3 equal to list 1 plus list 2. So list 1 is contains 3 elements and list 2 also contains 3 elements. Those elements are added to the list 2 elements are added to the list 1 at the end. So instead of adding each and every element, just we are adding one list at the end of the another list. Finally added list is stored in list 3. After that we passed list 3 to the print function. Now print function will give you the added list. Now this added list contains two list elements 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. Here it's not adding the elements. So here adding only list. Now coming to the next operation, repetition. Repetition. Here we are using star symbol for repeating the elements or list. Here my list 1 contains 1 comma 2 comma 3 elements. Now I want to repeat this list 2 times. For that one you can write list 1 into 2. So it will repeat the list 2 times. So in my output I got 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3. Here my list elements repeated 2 times. Now coming to the next one, list methods. Here we are discussing list method. One of the list method is length function. Instead of length, just we are using len function. So it determines the how many items a list has. Simply it will give you the number of elements in the list. So here my list 1 contains 3 elements 10 comma 20 comma 30. Now applying the length function to the list 1. Now it will calculate the number of elements in the list. Here 3 elements are there. Now it will print 3 on the output screen because of the print function. Now coming to the append. Using this append, we can add element at the end. So my list contains 10 comma 20 comma 30. Now I want to add 40 at the end. So for that one I can use append function. List 1 dot append of 40. That is the way we can write the code. After that it will add the element 40 at the end of the list. Now my list contains, after this operation my list contains 4 elements 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Now pass this list to the print function. Now print function print outputs on the output screen. So now I got 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 on my output. Now coming to the insert function. If we want to add an item at the specified index, we can use insert. But here in insert method, we are passing two values. One is the position, first one is the position and second one is the position at the element at the position. Now list 1 dot insert of 0 comma 5. So here my list 1 contains total 4 elements 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Now I want to insert 5 at the position 0. So after this operation, passing the list 1 to the print function. Now it will print the elements 5 comma 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. So because of this insert function, element 5 is added at the position 0. So in this way we can insert the element at any position. Now coming to the other list methods, remove. So it will remove the specified item from the list. Initially my list contains 10 comma 20 comma 30. Now I want to remove element 10 from my list. So instead of writing the all values, you can write only value which we want to remove from the list. list 1 dot remove of I want to remove element 10, so that is specified within the function remove function. Now it will remove the element. After that it contains only 20 comma 30. Now the 20 comma 30 is stored in list 1. After that list 1 is passed to print function. Now it will give you output 20 comma 30. Now coming to the pop. In pop function we can use in two different ways. One is without indexing we can use, and with indexing also we can use. If you specify the index, then it will remove the element at the specified index. Otherwise it will remove the last element in the list. Now coming to this example, list 1 dot pop. In pop function we didn't mention any indexing value, so it will remove the last element from the list. In my list 30 is the last element, so it will remove the element 30 from the list. Then it contains only one element, that is 20. Now after that if you want to print the list 1, then it will show you only 20. We got 20 in the output. Now coming to the clear method. Clear will empties the list elements. My list 1 contains 20 comma 20 comma 30. So list 1 dot clear function. Here it will clear the list elements. After that we have only empty list. So then this empty list is stored in list 1 variable. Print of list 1. So it will display the empty list in the output. Now coming to the copy function. If you want to make a copy of the list, then we can use the copy function. Before applying the copy function, one list is defined with elements 10, 20, 30. After that, list 1 dot copy function is applied. After that, this result is stored in list 2. Now, list 2 contains same elements 10, 20, 30. Now, if you want to print the list 2 elements, then it will print same list elements, because list 1 elements already copied to list 1. So list 2 will contain 10, 20, 30. Because of this print function, we got output on the screen as 10, 20, 30. Now coming to the list methods. Here we have a extend method. Using this extend method, we can add or we can extend one list with another list. That means it adds elements from one list to the another list. We can add list 1 to the list 2, or else list 2 with the list 1. Now here list 1 is list 1 dot extend of list 2. So list 2 contains 30, 40, that is extended to the list 1. List 1 contains 10, 20. Now, because of this extend function, we can add 30, 40 to the list 10, 20. So, if we pass the list 1 to the print function, then it will show you the 10, 20, 30, 40, because 30, 40 is added to the list 1. Now coming to the index. It returns the index of the first matched element. In my example, list 1 contains 10, 20, 10. Here 10 is repeated 2 times. But index function first returns the position of the matched element. So here 10 is at position 0 and 20 at 10 is at position 0, 20 at position 1, again 10 is at position 2. But it will return the position of the first matched element, that is first matched element position is 0. So it will returns the 0 in the output. Now coming to the summary. Here in Python we have a sequence data type. One of the sequence data type is list. List is represented with square brackets. Here list having different properties. One of the properties mutable, and ordered indexing, and it allows duplicate values also. Lists support various operations such as concatenation, repetition, slicing, indexing, and various range of built-in methods also for manipulating and formatting. If we want to learn about Python concept, or if we want to refer list concept in Python, follow the below mentioned link. Now coming to the references, here we added few references for list concept. We can use these references for our concept. Now thank you.